Hi, this is Danny Ibar from MyMark. Annie M. Lee tells us using Twitter for Business 101. Understanding the purpose of Twitter and using it appropriately has been a source of confusion for many business professionals. I have run into many professionals who don't believe they have any use of such a platform, and I've also met others who know that they need to use Twitter but don't understand how to use it or do so appropriately. Using Twitter is important in personal branding because, unlike blog marketing, in which the reader must spend a few minutes to sift through your information, it will only take a few seconds for your readers to decide whether or not they have an interest in your information and continue on from that point. It is also a great platform to push out highly valuable and viral information to a large amount of people in a short amount of time. With basic understanding of the usefulness of Twitter, there are two important concepts to understand before connecting on your micro-blogging journey: the type of followers you need, and the type of information you should tweet. So your Twitter followers probably don't care too much about what you ate for breakfast. That being said, your tweets should stay focused on your industry. If you happen to be by a coffee connoisseur, you probably would tweet about a particularly delicious cup of coffee you had that morning, because your Twitter following is likely to care much more about that sort of information. With that in mind, perhaps we should talk first about the sort of followers you should be looking for. Twitter spamming is not appreciated by anyone. You shouldn't expect anyone to follow you just because you are following them. In fact, you probably don't want to follow anyone who doesn't hold some sort of appeal to your own interests. So why would anyone follow you just because you want them to? Unless that person happens to be your mother, in which case she probably has an interest in everything that you do anyways. The point is, having Twitter followers for the sake of just having Twitter followers is rather pointless. You want your followers to engage with you on another platform, and so you should focus on efforts on inviting fellow tweeters who share an interest. That said, we can now talk more about what you should be tweeting about. You don't necessarily have to limit the topics of your tweets to industry-specific tweets, but your tweets should generally be of interest to the majority of your followers. Using the coffee connoisseur as the example again, most of his followers probably care a great deal about coffee, so the majority of his tweets will probably be centered around all things coffee related. On the other hand, if you feel so inclined to tweet about a fantastic new social media app for a smartphone, there's a good chance that most of his followers would be interested in such a topic, especially concerning the fact that they're using social media, and many of them are probably using a social media app on their own smartphones to read the tweet. On another note, the majority of people who use Twitter to get great information. It is a microblogging site, not a micro-advertising site, which means that they would rather get news than a tweet on your new amazing product. If you just came out with an ebook, it is appropriate to announce the publication of the ebook and where it is available for purchase or free download, since it's the news. However, if that's all you tweet about, your followers will likely get bored with your self-serving antics and possibly unfollow you. In short, be sure that the information you are tweeting about is first and foremost fulfilling the needs and desires of your followers. Give them what they want, not just what you want them to take. Keep your followers and the information you tweet in mind when using Twitter. It is vital that these two go hand in hand for your tweeting success. When your Twitter following and the information that you tweet are consistently in their interests, you will see far greater success and quality of Twitter following than if you base your success on the number of followers and tweets alone. Keep tweeting and remember that Twitter is there, and remember what Twitter is there for. Don't avoid it, but don't abuse it. This has been Danny Ibar from MyMark on Using Twitter for Business 101.